Okay.
All right, so what we've discovered, I got the camera rolling too. So what we've discovered over our last quite a few shots is we're having a hard time getting all of our weight going through to the left, right? We're getting to, our lower body was clearing, but our upper body was still hanging back a little bit, causing that face to over rotate, and we're getting that face to path is being left, and so we're getting all these pull hooks, right? So what we've done here in the last few is we've gone back to a much shorter and narrower swing to where your weight is already going to be on the left. You're stacking, our stance is nice and narrow, and now we're just working on our torso turning and turning here, so that way if everything's already forward, then this face to path should be a whole lot more square, which we've seen with the TrackMan numbers, that it's already straightened out. So I want you to hit maybe one or two more here so we can have those on video. Because this drill here essentially is going to help you, again, just feeling that all your weight is forward, as opposed to in our full swing where we were just letting it to our upper body hanging back just a little too much. So much better. So we look at the numbers here on TrackMan.
That was probably 115 or more.
So we've got face to path there is only at a -2 instead of some of those others we saw -8, -9. Right? So we had a little baby draw, maybe a little 3-yard draw, as opposed to having a 10-yard hook with a pitching wedge. So let's see one more. Yep, there's a good move. Let's take a look. Only -1.8, right?
Yeah, I came across it because it was a little bit left of where I wanted.
It was just a smidge left. Pat said -5. So yeah, we did come across that one a little bit. Oh, there it is.
That's money.
There it is. That is money. There it is. Okay, so this little drill that we're talking about, let me step in here for a second. So we talk about what was causing some of those lefts before, right? So we were getting to good position, and then we would be here, so upper body was like this, right? The hands over rotated. So we went into, let's narrow that stance, let's stack it left. So if everything's already over here, then all we're needing to do is really just turn our torso, right? That's all you were doing. And now that immediately got your face to path to be a whole lot more square at impact, because if you're already on top of it, you're good. But when you were back here, now it had those hands over rotate. Okay, so when we get back to, you're out here practicing and you're working, and you see those shots continuing to go left, you can immediately assume you're still hanging back, right, with your upper body. We're not getting everything to go forward with it. We're getting to here, and that's where that big hook's coming from. So back off the 7-iron again, go back to a wedge. You know, we've done this a number of times. Go back to the wedge, get back into here. So not only is this shot going to build your confidence back up, because you hit this shot square almost every time, all right? So your confidence gets a little rattled because we're here and we're seeing these shots. Okay, well, let's go back to where we know, all right? We'll break it back down again. We get back into this shot, you start hitting it flush again, and you're in feeling that right position to be in forward instead of falling back just a little, all right? So this is going to be something that, you know, over the next week or so, continue to work with this. And I'm going to look over some of the videos, take a look and see what else we can kind of find. But I think that's a good place to start for right now.
Okay.
Continuing to work on just that path is going
So
right down the line. You know, we've gotten that better. I mean, you were going left before, but we got it going right. So we were good there, but we've got to try to figure out how we can prevent that hand from over rotating, and that has everything to do with
being forward.
being forward. Yep, getting our weight to going forward.
So basically, I mean, from where I ended up, if I was forward, then I'd be spot on.
You'd be spot on instead of that face over rotating.
Yeah.
Yep. You would be square face because everything's forward,
Right.
as opposed to over rotated face, closed and going left. Yep. And sometimes it's just your tempo, right? And that tempo gets
I
a
think
little bit.
I think 90% of the time.
It's
short,
just a little quick. It throws
short,
your weight
quick, and-
backwards, and there we are. When we get short and we get quick, right? So it has a lot to do with that tempo. But rather than continuing to try to change something, well, let's go back to this shot here, because this shot,
You feel it.
you can feel it. Yep. And it builds that confidence back up. I mean, you hit it solid all the time here. So that way, as soon as you start feeling better about it, then it makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, I need to be feeling that with my full swing too, not just with this shot.
Now, grip wise, you took me off of being so far strong, just a hair more neutral,
Just a-
and it's
yeah.
more on top.
Yep, you had that left
'Cause
hand
I
grip
was-
was
'cause I
just a
was-
little bit too far over here. We're seeing almost all 4 knuckles,
Oh yeah.
and that was helping to close that face too much at impact. That's what led
So
to
go
some of the
back to about
extremes.
3,
Yep, go back to about there,
then I just cover it.
and then cover it with that right. Get right on top. Yep, and then we'll be in good shape.
Actually, the other one was I had a little forward press going.
Yep.
but neutral.
Keep it neutral. Keep it neutral. And then we'll be in good shape. Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Love it.
Awesome.
Fun. Always fun. All right. Let's keep working though.